Hey everybody, here's a little update on the racing Porsche. So I got the paint done and I got the decals on and I got the clear on it. Just gotta do some little bit of final touches on it. Kit ain't awful, but it sure ain't like them newer ones, that's for sure. This is able to remove, but when you do remove it, there's no door panel on that inner door panel there, and there is no seat back. So I'm going to keep it so it can be removed, but I'm going to have it displayed with that on. But I did some detail painting on that, did a little dry brush, put a black zipper in there. I'm holding it by the roll bar. These were silver, but then I did the dried brushing over top of them, so I'm going to have to do another coat of silver on them, and nothing on the bottom. So the biggest gripe I had on this kit, and it is an old kit, so I don't really matter, and it is built, this front wheel assembly, I cannot get it level, so there is a warp in it, and it's not the best and it's not the worst, but I don't think I'm going to worry about fixing it too much. The suspension was tied into the steering and it just did not seem like those were going to work, so I ended up cutting that piece out because you really ain't going to notice it from this end. There's the rear end with the engine and that. The exhaust pieces, I was going to paint it and had it all masked up. I dropped it, so then I put some tube styrene in the spot. I don't think it really matters that I dropped it. It looks a lot better. I was going to put tube styrene over the solid pieces that they had for the exhaust system on this kit. Anyhow, it probably would have looked bad, so I think that was a blessing in disguise. Here is a look at the motor of what you can see. You can't really see much in there. Let's see if I bring the light over. See, even then when I bring the light over, you just can't see much on camera. And there's the gauges, silver on the bottom. The gauges look awful zoomed in. I did a little bit of dry brushing on the seats to give it, you know, that leather look. I got silver back. I wish it came with two seats. I think that would have been really cool to have two of those in there. And then the arm padded spot, I did the same color. That seam, you can barely see it. I mean, I'm zoomed in pretty good. You can still see it. But when you're not zoomed in like that, you don't really see it too bad. Compared to what it was, I think I did pretty darn good. A little bit of bare metal foil on there before I cleared it. I clear over my bare metal foil. I know a lot of people don't. I've had kits what I did when I was a kid that I bare metal foiled, and now when I dig them out, the bare metal foil is just kind of like flaking off. So that's why I clear over it, to avoid that. What is your guys' opinion? Do you guys clear over your bare metal foil or you put it on top? And plus, when I would put bare metal foil on and say I was waxing it or, you know, cleaning the dust off, trying to get some shine on some of the, you know, newer but older builds, it would always catch the cloth and end up ripping and stuff like that, so I always took that off. So there's the gas tan and where the spare tire would go, but he's racing, so he ain't gonna want that weight. Plus the kit didn't come with one. But the battery does go there. I gotta detail paint that. I put the tape over the headlights because the headlights weren't all that to look at, so I figured put that on there. Now I really don't like that either, but I mean it's different. It'll look cool on the shelf. And the wheels, I had to do some modifying to get them wheels to even fit under the body on this. I guess I can zoom out now, but the tires just did not. They stuck out so far. This one's still sticking out a little bit. So that one's pretty good. But then on the back, I don't know if they always stuck out a little bit from the back. I mean, if you had these tucked in, the front would be so much wider than the back. I got the cool decal cut on the corner, got the holes for the tail lights. Here's the engine cover. Let's get the rest of the decal. I did do a black wash. It really is not showing on camera. It shows in person. Now the chrome on this was very subpar. This piece, it did look alright, so I glued it in place before I cleared, and I ended up clearing over it. So hopefully that works out. And I did the same with the hood, the chrome piece on the hood. Now I'm going to have to wet sand it a little bit. You guys can't really see it. I'm getting that. Look at that glare right there at the top. There's a little bit of bubbles coming out of that decal, but it's so small I probably could get away with not even wet sanding it and not even noticing. So let's put these hoods on. So this kit is almost done. I have to do the windshield and the tail lights and the side marker lights. Well, it looks like my battery's about dead. I must have. I think it looks pretty darn good. For the age of this kit, I mean, it was molded in '96. But even then, the tool was made back in the 60s or 50s. And it still looks relatively good. The kit was kind of hard to get to look good. I mean, you had to take some skill, especially with the sides being multiple pieces like that. A lot of filler, a lot of sanding. But I also wanted to go with a different color than the silver that is always done. And the silver is cool. It's a trademark color of this car. But they also did have some that were like this baby blue metallic. So there you can see but still got to do a little bit to it. On a side note, I got that cover on and I got it so it comes right off. I like it this way because I'm going to do some dry brushing still to that interior. Just some real subtle, very dark gray, just to give it a little bit of a look of texture. But this is how I did that. This is just an index card with a bunch of super glue. Makes it almost like a rawhide kind of texture. And then this is rolled up and super glued. I did have to hack a little bit of that off of there, and I did kind of ruin it just a little bit right there, but it goes on and off. Looks pretty good in both ways. Really happy with the paint, how it turned out on this. That clear I used, that wet look clear by Testers. I really hope, I think if they ever get rid of that, I'm going to just quit modeling, because I I really like that clear, so knock on wood, because I probably just jinxed myself. But those two cars look pretty darn cool together. I'm sure at one time there was two of those on the same track racing each other. So, until next time, guys, I hope you have a great one. If you're getting the snow I'm getting right now, I hope you stay safe with that. We're getting beat to hell with some lake effect coming from the north. And on average, we've been being said anywhere from 3 to 18 inches is the range of how much snow we might get. So, I hope for the best. So until next time, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you then. Bye.